All right, so here we are with another episode of Minecraft. Picking up from where we left off, I'm still running around putting a bunch of different slabs over all of the spawners. This is kind of, I think, supposed to be the entrance area. I also am clearing out a bunch of these pots and picking up all of their items and getting all of them sorted out. I had to kind of run into the situation where my inventory was starting to get kind of full, so I actually got to be a little bit picky on what we picked up, which was kind of a nice change of pace. But overall, it was kind of interesting seeing this big chamber area. There aren't actually any spawners in here, which I didn't really anticipate. I kind of thought there was going to be a whole bunch. It does have one of the big Omni trial chamber containers in it up at the top, but I don't have a key for it yet, so we'll have to deal with that later. But then I found this room that has this tree in it, which I thought was kind of cool. And you can see that there's a vault up there, but I can't quite reach it. So yeah, this is apparently kind of the entrance way. I did poke around a little bit and break through the wall at some point because I was like, well, maybe this is the way I was supposed to get in as opposed to the other way, but it didn't say anything, so we just sealed that back off because I didn't want it to potentially have any zombies or anything spawning back there on accident. I then cleared out my inventory as best I could and then decided I'm going to use the bad omen stuff and activate this area because all this place was covered in slabs, so it shouldn't be bad, right? Big mistakes. So I decided that I originally was going to clear out one of the slabs, but then I noticed that some of these breezes were spawning, and I thought that was a little bit strange because I thought I covered that area with slabs. Apparently not well enough because it was spawning perfectly fine. And so that's a little bit strange, but I decided that I wasn't going to panic and we were going to proceed like normal and we were going to take out the breeze, which thankfully I've gotten pretty good at, and so I wasn't too concerned about it. It was helpful once I realized that I could actually hit what they were sending back at me with my sword, so thank you very much for the comments giving me those instructions. I did also notice that the actual room was starting to hit me, and that was a little bit annoying. And then the boggarts spawned and they all had this armor on top of them and I was like, what is this? Unfortunately took me out, so that's a bummer, but never fear, I had reset my spawn point in the chamber, so it was easy for me to pop back over, which is kind of nice. And I think I mentioned it last time, I also added in this couple of little spots so I could just drop down directly into the water, which was very helpful. So I ran around and got most of my stuff. Some of my stuff dropped down there, but it's fine. We mainly just wanted to grab our boots and our elytra because, as we all know, that is the stuff that we truly care about. We will lose diamond blocks, a whole bunch of other really important things we will gladly lose as long as it means that we can maintain our boots and our elytra, because we don't want to have to go back to the end in order to get a new elytra on top of our backup one, and we also don't want to have to re-enchant our boots because our boots are exactly how we want them to be. So we were able to kill off a couple of those boggarts, and then I broke the slab on this one and 3 of them spawned, which I thought was kind of crazy because that seemed like a whole lot of them. But I also had been kind of nervous, one, that it would just go and go forever, but then I noticed that that spawner actually turned off, which is good on that front because it means that, okay, we're good as far as that's concerned. That spawner has turned off for now, which I didn't know if that actually happened. And we also got the spoils from it, which was also good. I had gotten some from the other breeze spawner, so I wasn't too concerned about it, but it was also nice to get it confirmed. Then I decided that I was going to go and take out the husk one next because I was like, that's basically the last one, except for the one bogger one that's still lit up, which I don't quite know why it's still lit up. Anyways, I was like, it's super easy. Wrong. See that guy right there? This is my mortal enemy. He has come to take me out and is the absolute worst, which I feel like you all will agree by the end of it. So he kills me and I'm like, oh, bummer. So I respawn. It's fine. We can go back. We can get it. It's not that big a deal. We'll recover from it. It's not an insurmountable situation. We fought the Ender Dragon. We can take care of it. So we pop back down in the water and we're like, okay, yeah, it's fine. I like how at a certain point I started saying we. Yeah, you guys, we're all in this together. You are making the mistakes that I am making with me. But he's got my shoes on, which I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. You can have my shoes. That's fine. That means that they won't despawn. So at least our shoes are protected. So we slowly go back. We're like, great, respawn, it's fine. Oh no, this became basically a 45-minute long journey of me trying to get my stuff. He popped up there. I go to pick up my carrot and I'm trying to do something. He hit me. I was like, great, don't worry. I have a spawner and it's very close, so I can just go get my stuff real quick. Or so I tell myself continuously for a very long time. So I pop back down here and I'm like, oh, that's great. So we'll just go and we'll get our stuff and, you know, we'll all laugh about this and be like, oh, haha, it's hilarious. I'm so happy. No. Then this guy pops up and now he's got more of my armor. And I'm like, oh, bummer. And then he just keeps doing it over and over. It's just respawn up the ladder. And then he pops up and then I die again. And that's just kept happening. I tried doing a bunch of different methods over and over again. Occasionally I would try and shoot him with an arrow. Sometimes I'd try and focus on getting my sword first. I don't know how much health this little husk has, but it's so much. Or he's regenerating it. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense and I'm very confused what is happening. And at a certain point I had to get up and I walked away because it was just downright demoralizing, just constantly being taken out by this little husk. I would say at some point being like, oh, it's the trial chamber that's taking me out. No, I'm not even in the trial chamber area. I'm just trying to take out this little guy and this little guy is taking me out like no tomorrow. Like, look how much health that guy has. And then boom, back we go. And I'm like, this is just absolutely terrible. So then we eventually just accept the fact that this is our life now. There's nothing we can do where you just have to constantly go in and lose all of our gear over and over again. Thankfully, this is resetting some of our like despawning stuff. I tried climbing up this block. He wasn't even looking at me and he took me out. I don't know if none of my armor has thorns on it. For a second I was like, does he have thorns or something on his armor? No, I enchanted it. There are no thorns on that armor. Otherwise I would really be toast. I don't know what was up, but then I saw this guy. He had my elytra and I was like, oh, that's nice. At least I can get my elytra back. So I decided, boom, I'm gonna go take him out, which is nice and dandy. And then I was like, oh, cool. Little guy disappeared, so we can go back and hang out on our stuff. No, then the other husk took me out. And I was like, well, that's a bummer. But I hadn't seen the little guy for a little bit. And so I was like, well, that's good. The little baby husk has disappeared. That means he also took my boots, but he's gone and I don't have to worry about him anymore. And at the end of the day, did you see that panic right there? I was like, oh my goodness. I saw some of the stuff in the background and I was very convinced that I had accidentally spotted him, but no. Wait, actually, is he just in that little entryway? Oh my goodness. I think I actually did see him. I wasn't crazy. Anyways, so he is currently not there. I really need to trap him somewhere, but that's for another day. So I decided I was going to go do that, and then I accidentally dropped down there where this husk was. And I was like, oh, maybe that's where the missing boggart was. But I was unprepared to go down there because I don't have any of my stuff on. So we respawned. And I eventually got all my stuff except for the stuff from the baby husk. And I was like, fine, you know what? We're just going to go back. And then boom, he popped back up again. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is like a thing of nightmares. He just won't let me leave. Anyways, so I came back up here and he again started hitting me as I tried towering up. And I'm like, great, now I don't have any blocks. So I decided to pop back up here. And then boom, he now has my hat on, and I couldn't do it. This is the warden all over again. And then I said, no more of this. And I broke all of the beds in there so I wouldn't respawn there anymore. And I popped back at spawn point. Unfortunately, I don't remember which direction it is towards my base, so we'll see if we can find it. But anyways, that is the adventure that we had. Leave a like if you liked the video, comment down below any advice, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.